A crucial aspect of warehouse layout is aisle width. This is the distance between pallets and adjacent racks. To ensure safety, we need to calculate the distance between the pallets once they have been put onto the racks. The aisle width is determined by the turning circle of the forklift truck and the size of the pallet being carried. Exceptions to this are narrow aisle and turret trucks, which operate in aisles which are based on the width of the truck itself, while articulated forklift trucks calculated aisle width based on the distance diagonally across the pallet or from one corner to another when a pallet is being rotated in the aisle. A safety clearance of 100 millimeters either side of a typical pallet will need to be added to ensure fast pallet put away and retrieval. The second dimension is the overall width of the truck chassis when traveling along the stacking aisle. Manufacturers of forklift trucks will provide recommendations on the minimum aisle width required for their trucks. Deciding on the optimal aisle width is a critical part of an overall storage or materials handling strategy. Aisle width decisions need to be achieved by the best combination of productivity, space utilization, flexibility, safety, and equipment costs for the specific application. Other factors include the depth of the pallet on the truck and whether there is a requirement for two trucks to pass in the aisle. The decision will also require the user to decide whether speed or storage capacity is the main driver. The advantages and disadvantages of each type of racking system we'll talk about and we'll discuss in more details in the next section. And now let's see what are some other areas to consider in the warehouse. The amount of space set aside for packing, value-adding services, and returns processing will depend on the level and the type of activities envisaged. Within the operations, the number of staff and the type of equipment required. An area that is regularly neglected when calculating space requirements in the warehouse is the area needed to store, recharge, and change batteries for forklifts, a parking area for equipment when not in use, an area for storing empty pallets and packaging, and an area for ancillary equipment such as stretch wrap machines, pallet inverters, etc. Office and restroom space will be determined by the number of employees required within the warehouse. Finally, we need to ensure that we have sufficient space outside the building for the following activities: to park vehicles, for owned fleet vehicles, sufficient turning circle for largest ones, waste and recycling areas, areas for weather resistant packaging, and also parking for staff and visitor cars.